blur, literature, libraries, culture, let the neon syllables occur. I came in with an abstract, like the glittering little dare. Had stories in the libraries that stack up more stories than any mind can hold. Float in the digital air, it sounded fun, it sounded clean, it put me back on cue. A grotesque hybrid in the scanner blue, like a mouse with a human ear. Cute, cute little monster, crystal clear. Everybody wrote the side quest, Nabokov and trains, Nabokov and paint, Nabokov and butterflies in the museum faint. But a whole volume on Nabokov and libraries, too much, too far? Or would it swipe that card, boot that star? I was young and hairy with the boxes, index cards and stacks, Robarts Reference Room, line by line, hyperlinked tracks, Ada in the margins, pencil sparks, discovery by discovery. Now it blooms online, a fevered garden of recovery. All happy scholars are mad in their own way, and I'm still annotating in the afterglow. Women in the corral, hush in the cabinet chest, he pulls a catalog drawer from the comprehensive bosom and makes a meal of the rest. Rubber gloves on metal shelving, American ski electricity, Fox pages, marble boards, pathetic cameo antiquity, obscure magazines in the remote stack chute. Old paper, old ghost, still cute. Stacks on stacks, stories of stacks. We preserve the future in the analog cracks. Lips move silent in the library light. We get lost in the West Wing all night. Play, don't pray, or maybe both at once. Pattern in the static, accident in my months. Stacks on stacks, stories attack. Any mind can't hold them, so we keep coming. Tay World was made on a Sunday. Como poeticus, for a form of magic, a game of intricate enchantment and deception. He loved Darwin like a rival, not a lord. Accepted evolution as a modal formula, not the final word. Didn't buy the cool machine, the bear competition him. He saw mimicry as luxury, over bright at the rim. Bubble poison on a wing, glossy yellow on a shell. Leafles painted extra too exquisite to be survival. Natural selection could not explain, so we rode against the grain. But the century kept moving, genes and gaze and joint attention. Cooperation got promoted from a footnote to invention. Not just Machiavellian fever, not just teeth against the wire. Human eyes evolved to show the flame, to share the fire. We point because we want to point. We look because he looks the point. This by itself is rewarding for infants, and from that wine rises culture's brilliance. We crossed a cooperation divide, side by side, minds open wide. Language out of gesture, gesture into song. Proto dance, proto story, pulling everyone along. Bees make trails and ants make roads. We make myths and data loads. From elders to teachers to books to the internet. See, still the oldest software is what we're thinking. Stacks on stacks, stories of stacks. We preserve the future in the analog cracks. Shared attention, laser heart. That's the engine, that's the art. Play, don't break, remix the facts. We tell true things and untrue things and all our hacks. Stacks, stories attack. Any mind can't hold them, so we keep coming back. Here's a crisis in the waveform. Why do information animals adore the false form? Why spend our hours on fiction, scripture, costume, trance? Because art is high play, because minds rewire in the dance. We create pattern, color, rhythm, cause and consequence, identity, personality, social gradient, suspense, pretend play, stretches offline, thought gives us tracks to place a survival never taught. The same bright gear that reads a face, over red's the dark with agency in space. Bush or bear, we choose the bear. Gods who can see but be unseen, hanging in the air. Society wants answers, so belief can harden fast. Religion takes the voltage of the earth and makes it last. Science comes later, colder, brave, testing what we love instead of what we crave. Still even he who dreamed, some waggish artist, kept the lab notes clean. No cosmic prankster in the papers, no hitting king machine. And I think there's grandeur in this view of life, from simple social sparks to libraries and hyperlinks and glowing after dark. Without lulling and loafing, without room to play. No Lolita, no Lepidoptera, no hush to hold the day. Stacks on stacks, stories of stacks. Memories, the mother innovation hatches from the tracks. We conserve to recombine every page with branching line. Libraries like memories at the individual level. Keep the fleeting possible alive. Everything, every trifle will be valuable and meaningful. And in the mirrors where posterities arrive. So keep the jelly, keep the cards, keep the a future screen.